Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've done a video, but we are going to be talking about My Hero Academia Season 7. That's right, we are 7 seasons deep, Episode 1, and it took me a minute to remember what was going on, how Season 6 ended. We ended Season 6 with Star, I think it's Star Singular, and Stripe coming to hopefully save the day in a fight versus Shigaraki, and that is essentially what this entire episode is about. So we have a little All Might spiel. We have Izuku, kind of just talking about the burden of power, that they accepted him back into UA to protect him so he can relax for a little while, when he's been out there beating the crap out of countless villains again and again and again. We got Bakugo. Let's see, Koda, I think. Let's see if I remember some names. Tape Dude, and, Endeavor Sun. Yep, forgetting names. So let's pass the introduction here. So we have some jets taking off. We're basically getting an entire backstory of Stars and Stripe. She ended up joining the military. She sees, everybody, all of these villains taking over Japan, and she's like, I gotta go help, my favorite hero, which is, of course, All Might is coming back again, asked for my help, so I'm gonna go help. We see All For One here talking about Spinner, how because he is mutated, if you will, he's kind of a abnormal human who looks like a lizard, he is going to be the face of the army, All For One's army there, Paranormal Liberation Front, I think is what they're going with now, if I remember correctly. And basically he's like, hey, look, they can be useful too. Abnormal people can be useful too. Come join us. Then they also have people like Toga that have been secluded because of the type of quirk she has. We have Best Genius and Hawks as well showing up. And then here we have Star and Stripe. And then we have Tomaru, who I'm not sure what's going on with his right hand there. I'm not sure if that's like some sort of power suppressor or because some sort of quirk. Rather, his left hand, I'm sorry, because we're facing him directly. His right hand has that little hole in it for the other quirk. He's kind of got a suit on, like All For One wears, so he's kind of melting into All For One. I think we're going to get to a point where essentially, All For One has always been the main villain. He's going to fully take over his body, and basically, his original body is going to get transferred into his body. At least I think that's where ultimately we're going. So she's on top of these crazy fighter jets. I think they're called like X-66s. I think it's a reference to a B-2 bomber. I could be wrong if I remember correctly. I know a little bit about airplanes, but her quirk is pretty nifty. Basically, she makes a rule and then it happens. So she says no air here, and guess what? There is no air there, and that is the first thing that she does. Her quirk is called New Order, and basically after touching something by calling out its name, she can give it new rules. So she does that. He is completely out of air for, I think it's like 100 meters here in the shape of a star. Obviously, he's going to drop down out of it so he can breathe again. Super regenerative. He's got like 4 billion quirks inside of his body. Shigaraki does. They're shooting him with lasers, so it's kind of a combination of airplanes and Star and Stripe here making the rules. The one main rule is focusing on herself. Basically how her quirk works is she can use 2 rules at a time, and then she has to basically, retract one of the rules or to create a new one. But there's always one on herself, which I'm assuming is she can't die or something. We never actually learn what that specific rule is, which I think is kind of interesting. We get a little bit of a backstory talking about how All Might has the 2 crazy pointy antenna bangs, so she decided to have 8 of them. And kind of, a slightly older hero, mature hero than Deku. And he's talking about, inside, basically, like, what are we? He's like, we're not fully Tomaru Shigaraki, we're not fully All For One. What the heck are we? Basically, she made a rule saying that, his heart stops, but because he doesn't fully know who he is anymore, it doesn't fully affect him. It doesn't, stop his heart. He's thinking about his sister as well. in there just fighting. His hair somehow got longer. I don't know why. I thought that was kind of weird. His hair just decided to grow longer. I really got no idea what's going on with there. Basically, from this place, if he moves from this place, he dies. Let's see, I think that's what it is, right? His heart will stop. Okay, I was a little ahead of myself. But yeah, because he doesn't fully know what he is, that doesn't really happen completely. And we keep seeing inside of his head, it's like All For One is trying to get out of his body or fully control it. And basically, he's trying to think of how her powers works. It works better on objects than it does people, because obviously people have feelings. Things change. Where you say this rock can float now. It doesn't. A rock doesn't have feelings. At least I don't think a rock has feelings. And we have this giant air wave. But basically, fist bump to Earth, which I think is kind of hilarious here. She creates this kind of giant air titan of herself, if you will, in order to beat the crap out of Shigaraki. They hit him with lasers, they knock him down, but it's not enough. It's basically, they're doing enough to hold him in place, but they're not doing enough to actually completely destroy him. She realizes this, so she calls in some sort of general from the U.S., because she's the USA's #1 hero, for backup. And he was like, okay, here you go. We're going to shoot the missiles at him, the biggest, baddest boy we got, and you use it how you need to use it, whatever your rule breaker. Episode ends with that. We see a lot of All Might going on here. Here's the preview for next episode. We have her holding the crazy laser, fighting Shigaraki as well, and some missiles coming. And then we get a little bit of a preview here with All Might interacting with Class 1A. Not bad. I feel like we could have got a little bit more backstory. Rating-wise, we'll give it like a 6 out of 10. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It was kind of somewhere in between. And I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about it, because as you know, if you're watching this review, I am about a week behind at this point. I am going to film this, and I'm going to watch episode 2, film a review for that as well. Demon Slayer comes out, season 4 comes out on the 12th. So what we're probably going to do here, just to catch up real quick, is we'll do season 7, episode 1 today. Sunday we'll put out episode 2. We'll push Demon Slayer to Monday, and then it'll be Saturday, Sunday videos for a while as Demon Slayer plays out and as this plays out. I believe we are getting 24 episodes as per as usual for My Hero Academia, and I have no idea how many we're getting with Demon Slayer, because they like to do random episodes. Like one season is 24, the next is 12. So we might get it's a training arc, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's just going to be like a 12 episode type deal again. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, no, not a lot of people talking about season 7. So maybe that aha moment for season 7 just hasn't happened yet. Obviously initially a lot of people loved the show. I think it was season 5. It lost a lot of people. Season 5 kind of sucked. I think I complained about season 5 a lot, if I remember, in my review videos. But season 6 brought it back a bit. And hopefully season 7 even more. I don't know how many more seasons we're supposed to get out of this. I think at this point, I want to say the manga has ended. I could be wrong. Manga has ended. I don't keep up with it, I'll be honest with you. So I don't know if it has ended or not. And, Deku's become the #1 hero, because this is the story of how he became the #1 hero. But we're just kind of have to wait and see. So yeah, so expect regular videos on Saturday and Sunday for the new schedule. I've been putting a little bit more work into my other guitar-related channel. If you like guitar-related things, go check out Gray's Guitars, if you will. And yeah, I know I've just been doing those kind of doofy little Android 16 videos every Thursday, but the full-length videos are going to be back. And if I like the show, or if I review the show in the past, I'll continue to do the videos probably. But as of right now, I'll be honest with you, I am more focused on that other channel, because I'm actually monetized on it. So, you got to try to make a couple dollars off of it since you're monetized. This one I can't get views on anymore. So I'm expecting this to get maybe 100 views. We'll see if I get 100 views out of it, but we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. And that is what it is. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell for future reviews. Feel free to comment down below what you want to see for future anime, cartoon-related videos. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.